Hello, here's my video for the 1st of October 2023. But right now it's the 3rd because it's like 2:48 in the morning on the 3rd. The 3rd, the 2nd, I have to do my payout credit cards now. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna do my taxes tomorrow, Monday. Today. But yeah, I'm trying to finish this by 6. That's what I was trying to do. Have to finish the first block. I'm not going to show it, but I think I can do it. I have like 2.5 more lines, so it's like 1,200 more or 1,000 more. Still working on Cicero. The whole Cicero collection. I'm doing Philippics right now. Cicero liked Caesar. I was thinking about how interesting that would be to make that, like this, the ocean on Google Earth. I was talking about that before, but you build it above ground. But like the surface of the lake would be 6,000 feet high, so that ground level is the bottom of the Mariana Trench. But I'm not going to do that for a while. But in the last video, I was talking about how I wanted to. I got the idea to, because I'm listening to Cicero, to make the Roman Constitution, because the Roman Constitution, like, I guess, was lost. And so now, if you want to know what the Roman Constitution is, read the Roman Constitution. It's scattered all over Rome, so it's Roman writers, so it's Cicero Laws mainly, and then Cicero Commonwealth, and then if you want to rebuild the law code, you would include the Justinian law code. But then Polybius and Livy and Pliny, there's in there. And so yeah, I wanted to do that. But so I was talking about how I would build it in the image of the U.S. Constitution, which is only 37 pages. So I'd make it bigger, like 100. And then I was like, well, no, you would include it. You would do it in the, you would include the U.S. law code. You do it in the image of the U.S. Constitution and the U.S. law code. So you do it in the image of the U.S. Constitution. You just gut it and fill it with whatever the Romans said. And then and then maybe you would make, and then you would go into the U.S. law code and build the U.S. law code, but embedded in the U.S. law code, you would do whatever you can find in Rome. And then you would have Rome have their own one that's only the Roman. So the U.S. has U.S. and Rome, but then the Rome only is Rome, but it's derived from the U.S. because you build it with the Rome inside the U.S. first, and then just build the one with just the Rome. So then the Roman Constitution built on the American Constitution and the Roman law code, taking off the U.S. law code and however that is. And so what I wanted to do until I got around to doing that is to just read Roman stuff so that I remember in my head. When I do put the U.S. law code, and whatever that is, maybe after this, I'm listening to Rome at the same time, and I've been listening to Rome, and I can include as much in there as I can. So that was my revelation from the last time. And so, I'll try to stick with that. Roman world, the stuff on my website. So, yeah, yesterday I was working all night long, and then I think my mom called. Wanted me to come over to show me her new garage door and make me food. And so I went to her house for the first time in like 3 months or something. And she had a new garage door. Her motor was like $800. And she made me a sandwich, so I'm back to eating good food over there. Maybe save some money. But I was over there for maybe an hour or more. So that like my time is getting cut into, but I think by 6 I'll be able to finish this anyway. So that's what the goal is. Do a block a week, and so I'll be done in 6 weeks. but and that doesn't include the numbering. So then I would have to number like 160,000. They have to be numbered in order to build it, because you can build it into whatever configuration of people you want, up to 160,000. I'm going to do it for all the battles. So yeah, I guess like 2 more months or something. It's the beginning of October, so the end of November is when I think I'll be done, realistically, like with the whole thing. And that doesn't include the screen captures. I have to screen capture like 6,000 all the way from 160 down to 120, but then I was thinking about doing the ones from 1,000 to 220 and do blocks of 20, but you'd have the blocks, not different colors, like you do with the 160,000, because 160,000 is green, and that I use that for my icons. I try to have little icons that include different numbers. I was working on that before I got started with this. And I don't think this will work as icons, but it'll work great as on Flickr to put on the side of the book. But on the 40,000, if I were to do all the different colors, the 40,000 would lose its identity as dark green. And I use that on my icons, and I need to habituate readers of my website to associate green with 40,000 so that the icons work for the website and everything else on my site. So, and plus, when you have 40,000 zoomed in all the way, taking up the whole screen, you can see each person. You can with 160, but it's too much to comprehend, but with 40 you can comprehend it. And so it's not necessary to have all the different colors. Like when you cut it out 20 by 20 to show the exact number between 40,000 and 10,000, you can see the difference without the colors. You can see it just from the difference in shape, just from missing the people, because it's small enough. But you need the aid of the colors for 20 if you're doing it on 160,000. So that's why I have it colored with 120 to 160 and not from 10,000 to 40,000. And it's with different, it's built with different tool too. Up to 40,000 is with a polygon, and from 40 to 160 it's the circle tool. So because the circle tool, well, it's quicker to make it, but because it's brighter, so it works better. So yeah. And because I was also thinking about what else I'm going to include, like, because this is going to be included in my Boulder Room, which is like a fantasy world, and it's the concept of dreamifying. So if you want people to understand, like, the difference between, right and wrong and smart and stupid, so people can recognize Trump as a dictator, you have to know history, and you have to, but if you're going to understand history, analogies is a really good way. And one cool thing that our brain does is help understand things in analogies. Is like, for me, I would have dreams all the time of like towns that actually exist, but in my dream they're way bigger. So it's like a parallel universe, but the city's bigger. So, and that's what kind of art is anyway. It's like a warping of reality into like maybe like a child's eye. So that's why I call it dreamifying. So you take reality and then you make it like, you make your own world, but you take all of the elements from the real world, and then you know which ones are connected. So it's actually the real world, just different, and so that's a different way. So then you can understand the real world through the fake world, kind of like how people would learn, about the world through Hollywood and stuff like that. And so I was thinking about all sorts of fun things to do with my Boulder Room, like, I have that big lake, and I did put a lake as big as the Mediterranean Ocean all inside of the lower 48 states of America as part of my Boulder Room. And so now maybe I was like, all right, well, maybe you should make it the whole thing 36,000 feet high, the lake. Because, if it's a body of water, it all has to be the same elevation. Not like that movie, like Rome 2, where the Peloponnesians are fighting the Syrians, and like the water is like tilted like this. So crazy. but then if you make the whole thing that big, it kind of blocks everything, you know? So I don't know, because it's like this big wall right in front of you, and it kind of screws up with the view when you're looking at, but I don't know, maybe I should. That'd be kind of interesting, because then you could make the wall, because I was thinking you could decorate the wall all crazy, and I was like, oh my God, that'd be so cool. I like want to do that now, you know, but I don't, I swore, and I'm like, don't want to not do anything new until I'm done, until I've brought stuff to, at least to linkable Google Earth. So that's when I'm done doing. I'm done with this project finally. So I'm gonna, and you know, uploading the screen captures to Flickr and everything. I'm gonna do Google Earth, finish linking all the Google Earth stuff I made to my website. So yeah, I have like so much work to do. I saw my little Savannah monitor today. It didn't seem to get any bigger, and it's not really eating that much. So maybe it hasn't hit his growth spurt yet because it's still so young. But he looks healthy, and he looks kind of smart. He like looks at me. The other day I put my hand in, and he like did like this, so I brought my hand away. So yeah, so I'm gonna get back to the Philippics. I still haven't finished my energy drink from 11 o'clock when I bought two for $4, so I'm gonna finish that and smoke as much weed as I can. And got more weed yesterday too, 33%. They sell ounces for 150, and I have another $160 left, so I can get another one without spending any of my credit card. So I'll probably hang out with my mom. I think I'm gonna just let my mom call me though from now on, because I used to call my mom every day, but now because of the web thing, when I'm working on trying to finish this, I'll just let her call me if she wants to. And maybe she's got her own thing, you know, and then when she goes to the recover, she won't want to maybe talk to me. So, so anyways, that's enough talking. I don't want to talk too long because I want to get back to work. I wanted to make sure to do the video though. I waited late, but I did it. And that's about all I had to think about to talk today. All right, talk to you tomorrow.